Pregame broadcasting sports. It's time for Pierre Governor basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Governor basketball is brought to you by State Farm Becky Ponsaba Agency, AGE, Wheelhouse Auto Body, American, Ferding Electric, Allied Plumbing, Venture Communications, and Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping.
Dupree, another half-court shot. This time goes off in time. It's good! Dupree hits a half-court buzzer beater, and all of a sudden it's a 7-point game, 46-39.
And by Envirotech, American Family Insurance, Brittany Shufflebine Agency, Faith Lutheran Church, James Valley Landscaping, Kruger Contracting, Bank West, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, and Gales Gas.
He throws it right side. Getz spots up for three. That one's buried by Dawson Getz, and the Governors take a 5-4 advantage. Getz first points of the night.
And by Edward Jones Financial, Lamb Motors, Todd's Electric, First Dakota National Bank, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, Shane's Pharmacy, CHS River Plains, and Oahe Federal Credit Union.
Taylor with the rebound, clock running down to 5, and that is going to do it. Rapid City, here they come. The Pierre Governors are back in the state tournament for the 3rd consecutive year.
And now to the booth for the call of the game on KCCR.
Hey, and a good evening as we welcome you here to Briggs High School as we get set for our contest between the Pierre Governors and the Sturgis Scoopers. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean as we get set for the home opener as the Govs come in at 1-1, Sturgis coming in at 1-0. And Blake, it should be a good matchup between these two teams. And obviously the history of what Pierre and Sturgis has been in basketball or just in sports over the last couple of years, you kind of say, well, the Pierre Governors have to get this win tonight. And really you want to see them get a win in every single game they play, but this is a really good Sturgis Scoopers team that's going to be a lot more difficult than I think a lot of people kind of expect going into this game tonight.
Yeah, Sturgis is a lot better than previous years. Typically you see Sturgis on a roster or on your schedule coming up, and you think they're not, maybe won't be as stiff as a Sioux Falls, one of the Sioux Falls school district teams, or O'Gorman or anything like that. But this is a really, really good Sturgis team this year. A lot of athletes up and down the board. A lot of kids that played football this year are playing on this basketball team for them as well. And this Sturgis class this current year that went to the semifinals for the first time in football, for the first time in, gosh, I can't even remember, like 30 years, or it was a long time since they had been to the football semifinals in Class 11 AA. So a lot of athletes for Sturgis. This is going to be a good test for the Govs here tonight. Only one game so far on the schedule for Sturgis so far to this point, and that was a 75-55 win over Lead Deadwood. So this is their first AA game of the season. So be a good test for Sturgis coming on the road to face Pierre, who split the opening weekend 1-1 out in Rapid City against the Stevens Raiders and the Central Cobblers.
And we'll have plenty of time to talk about this game and get ready for this contest, but the big thing, Blake, for this Pierre Governor team is getting more minutes and getting more time on the floor. This is a varsity team that maybe some guys have varsity experience. Maybe guys have, you look at Cooper Twilliger, who didn't play last year because of a shoulder injury. You get guys that are still getting into that flow of varsity basketball, but a lot of really good athletes that as the season goes along, they're going to get better as the season goes along, but still a lot of things to correct early on for this Pierre Governor team.
Yeah, this is early part of the season. This is where you kind of want to iron out the kinks, and like you said, this is a team that really, apart from a few guys, didn't play much varsity basketball last year. You're seeing a lot of new faces. Obviously, graduating Luke Olson and Dawson Getz from last year's team, who were kind of the primary drivers of the offense. And then new coach this year, too, Larry Akers, taking the head of this Governor boys basketball staff. And really the only returning guys that you had from last year's team that saw minutes were Corday Austin, who Corday was third leading scorer on last year's team on a points per game basis. He's really kind of stepped into that number one role nicely that we saw in the games this past weekend. And then you have guys like Caden A. Hartz and Lincoln Dilgis who come back from seeing minutes last year. Lincoln Dilgis had a heck of a game against the Central Cobblers, hit a couple of really big threes late to keep that game close. Just unfortunately, the Govs came up short on that end of the game, but he's a really big asset to the Governor front court. Caden A. Hartz obviously brings experience as a junior, having played varsity minutes. And the other two guys in the starting lineup tonight for Pierre are Cooper Terwilliger, who great athlete, but hasn't played varsity basketball because he was hurt all last year. And then Logan Whitty, who we saw a lot in the football season, playing really well as a defensive back, running pretty much he splits duties with Caden A. Hartz running the point. But this is a Governor team that, for the most part, is relatively inexperienced. Not a lot of guys that have starting experience apart from Corday Austin. So this is an opportunity for a bunch of these guys to, for the first time on their home court here in Pierre, put on the home Governor White uniforms and, make a statement against a really, really solid Sturgis ball club coming in here to Pierre on this Friday evening.
And there's a lot of guys we can talk about with Sturgis, but the one name we have to highlight, Hayden Rock, who can shoot the three really well. The offense will go through what Rock can do. And not that he's going to be, if you stop in that you automatically win a basketball game, but it certainly helps if you can stop or limit him. But he's a guy that you're going to hear his name a lot, fill up the score sheet, and be involved a lot in this offense.
Yeah, absolutely. AA basketball is a lot about, you're seeing the top guys that are typically going to be your high scoring guys are the guys that basketball is their first sport. So the guys that you heard about for Sturgis on their football team, guys like Jackson Kano, Jack Jolly, Gage West, those are guys that they're good basketball players because they're good athletes, but they're going to be complementary pieces for the most part tonight around a basketball first guy and a guy like Hayden Rock, who, to your point, absolute sharpshooter from deep. He only stands at 5'11", but the senior guard can really shoot the lights out if he gets hot, and that's going to be probably the number one key for the Govs tonight, is to keep Hayden Rock under wraps and pick him up basically when he crosses half court. Almost treat him similar to how you would treat, Steph Curry, because he can really, really stroke it when he gets going.
Pierre Governors and Sturgis Scoopers coming up here from Riggs High School. The sophomore game's got about 2.5 minutes left, with the sophomore team for the Governors up by 24 points. So they look like they're on their way to getting a win here tonight over the Sturgis Scoopers, and you hope the same for the Pierre Governor varsity team, as they're looking to go to 2-1 of the season, opening up a weekend here where they will also host the Spearfish Spartans tomorrow afternoon. Quick notes, the Pierre Governor basketball game here on KCCR. After we're done, we've got college football playoff, Oklahoma, Alabama, that will join in progress. We've got all three of the college football playoff games tomorrow here on KCCR. We're really looking forward to it, and that'll be here on KCCR, but we'll join that after we're done, and not a moment sooner for the college football playoff. We're going to get you all of Pierre Governor basketball here this evening. Let's take our break here in the pregame show. When we come back, we'll start our conversations with our coaches. We'll talk with Coach Noteboom of Sturgis, and then we'll talk with Coach Larry Aker of the Pierre Governors. Back with more of the pregame show. You're listening to Pierre Governor basketball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Community Bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to sponsor today's game. Whether you're in the market for a brand new Ford, Lincoln, or Toyota, or a quality pre-owned vehicle, our team is here to get you back on the road in style. From tough trucks to family SUVs, we've got the selection you need and the hometown service you deserve. Browse online anytime at CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, where community drives us forward.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Venture Communications has deep roots in rural South Dakota. Venture now proudly provides fiber to the home with 100% of our customers, enabling them to enjoy super fast and reliable internet connections. We'd like the opportunity to keep you in touch with the people and resources that matter most. 100% fiber and 100% committed to rural South Dakota. Call Venture Communications today at 605-852-2224, 605-852-2224, or online at venturecom.net. Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
As we welcome you back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Joining me is Coach Noteboom of the Sturgis Scoopers. Coach, you come in 1-0 on the season. You picked up a win earlier this week. Before we talk about the Pierre Governors, let's go back to that game. Biggest takeaway from that first game of the season and getting in the win.
I think we got to do a better job defensively, if I'm being honest. That was probably my biggest takeaway is we still got a long ways to go there. And so being connected on the defensive end is going to be a priority for us moving forward. And we got to do a better job, I think, than we did the other night if we want to be successful at the AA level.
Pierre's played 2 games so far against Stevens and Central. When you watch them on film, what kind of stands out to you through the first 2 games?
Their size. I mean, they're big. They've got big physical athletes, good leapers. They're a very solid basketball team, and we're going to have to match that physicality if we want to compete.
You got a guy in Rock that can, and maybe other guys too, that can shoot the 3, but do you need to shoot the 3 tonight against a team that size, or do you want to work the ball inside? How do you combat the size that Pierre has compared to the Sturgis Scoopers?
Yeah, I think we just have to make the right reads, right? Take what the defense gives us, look to go inside out, and see if we can't open up some dribble drive lanes and some open shots for some teammates.
And then defensively, to be able to combat the size and being able to box out, how do you make sure that you limit the offensive rebounds or limit the tosses inside?
Yeah, I mean, we got to play team defense. So it's not one guy guarding one guy. It's 5 guys guarding. And so our goal is to be connected on the defensive end. And I think if we can do that, we're going to put ourselves in a position to be successful.
And I'd like to ask coaches about a good start, how key that is to a good game, and obviously being on the road and their first home game. Is it key to start out well? And obviously you want to have a good start, good middle, good finish, but how key is it to start out well on the road tonight?
I think that's huge. I think coming out early and making sure that we're getting stops and we're making shots, I think is going to be really, really important to make sure that we set the tone moving forward for the game.
And then the biggest key overall for the Sturgis Scoopers to get a win?
We got to defend and rebound.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you.
That's Coach Noteboom of the Sturgis Scoopers. Back with more of the pregame show next here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
James Valley Landscape and Solutions, creating breathtaking spaces. All because of them, with 40 years of experience and the best landscaping team in the business, hired them to create spaces unimaginable. For a career with great benefits and a rewarding salary, let them hire you. James Valley Landscape and Solutions.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
At Wheelhouse Auto Body, we believe in treating our customers and their cars like family. Our service-focused team has over 50 years combined experience in the automotive repair industry. If you have a vehicle, big or small, that needs some TLC, Wheelhouse Auto Body team is ready to take care of you. Visit Wheelhouse Auto Body at 720 North Garfield or contact us at 605-494-0436. Wheelhouse Auto Body of Pierre.
As we welcome you back to the pregame show here on KCCR and online at kccrradio.com and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Joining me is Coach Larry Aker here of the Pierre Governor basketball team. Coach, you come in 1-1 on the season. First home games, obviously long way to go to the end of the season, but those first two games on the road, what's the biggest takeaway for this team going into this weekend?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, we got to focus on the positives. I thought we played well enough in both games to win. We just made some mistakes against Central, and we made mistakes against Stevens too. They didn't take as much advantage of those mistakes as Central did. Central made us must pay for it. So we got to do a better job of taking care of the ball, especially in the guard play. We got to get our big guy going. He kind of struggled a little bit over the weekend, so we worked on some things, put in a couple different sets to at least get a touch in there, and we were able to see some things on film that we hadn't worked on necessarily. So overall, it was a really good weekend. We were pleased with it. Would we like to be 2-0? Absolutely, but the kids fought hard, and we had to credit Central because they made plays when they needed to and took advantage of our mistakes. So they earned it, and sometimes you just got to tip your hat to them, and and move on. And we just got back to work this week and worked on the things we saw on film.
Sturgis comes in. They won their only game so far on the season. Obviously, limited film on them this year. But what have you seen in that one game going into tonight?
Well, they got a couple of really good guards. They 2 returners from last year. The Rock kid, he's really good. He can just flat out shoot it. So we gotta contain him, and we can't let him just get in a rhythm from the 3-point line. We got to run him off the line and then do a good job also keeping it out of the paint. Make him make tough twos, and then we got to rebound. If they do get some shots up, you got to control the boards, keep them off the glass, and see if we can get out into transition, get some easy buckets, and kind of get the flow going.
And how similar maybe from Stevens Central to Sturgis? Is it going to be a different type of play from Sturgis? How similar is it to those first 2 games, both offensively and defensively?
I think it'd be very similar. I expect them to come out and play, full court, man-to-man, just get after you, pester the ball, put a lot of pressure on the ball. So, that was one thing we worked hard on this week was, being strong with the ball, handling that, pressure on the ball. So from that standpoint, kind of the same thing. And then offensive standpoint, pretty much the same as Central. Get out and, run, try to get up and down the floor and transition. And so, we're going to have to do a good job. We can't give up, 63 points and expect to win. So.
This first home game of the season for this Pierre boys team, for you being the first time being able to coach in this gym as the head coach, the nerves for you maybe, but also the excitement for you and the players to be able to play in front of the home fans for the first time.
Yeah, I'm sure it's nice. Me, it's just another game, another home game. Being my 20th year of coaching, it's the nerves don't get there much. You try to stay calm and collective, and that'll radiate down to the players. But I'm sure they'll be hyped up a little bit. I know our JV kids, you could just tell they had a little bit of extra energy, playing in front of the home fans. But it's nice to finally get a couple games at home here and not be on the road.
I know that the next games after this weekend are going to be in January. Get a couple weeks off. What does that do mindset wise? Does it change anything? I know you take it one game at a time. You're not worried about spearfish until tomorrow. But is there any mindset shift from the coaching staff of knowing these are your last 2 games of 2025 and you have 2 weeks before that next game rolls around?
No, not really. Just as you said, just one game at a time, and then. I think everybody will be ready for the moratorium and the break and Christmas break. And then, once we get through there, we'll get back to work and, look at our next opponent. So, it will be a little different, just, kind of being in school on the 23rd and never had that happen with the moratorium being on the 23rd, being in school, not being able to practice. So be a little different from that standpoint, but and we're going to practice on Monday the 22nd and just kind of do, some fundamental things and try to make it a fun practice right before Christmas break. And then, we'll see the varsity guys back on Saturday, give them Sunday off, and then everybody be back to work on that Monday.
Then overall, biggest key here for the Governors to get the win tonight against Sturgis?
Got to defend. We got to do a good job on their shooters and good job of rebounding. So we expect a good defensive effort.
Coach, I appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
As Coach Aker, the Pierre boys basketball team, back with more of the pregame show next year on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
KCCR Pierre, AM 1240 and 98.9 FM, a Riverfront broadcasting station.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
For over 60 years, Ferding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684. When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at EnvirotechWaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
As we welcome you back, we continue to get set here for Pierre and Sturgis here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Join me as coach, not coach, but Blake Dean. Maybe you're coach sometime, Blake. But
nobody wants me coaching basketball, John. That's for darn sure.
But before we get to this game here, we got a minute here before we get to our lineups and national anthem and one more commercial break. In your mind here, biggest key for the Pierre Governors to get a win here tonight?
I think they got to finish around the rim. I think the biggest thing is, making sure that they're able to, take advantage of the size difference that they have between them and Sturgis on the offensive end, just making your layups, getting into the paint, and then on the opposite side, on the defensive end, contain Hayden Rock is definitely key number one, and don't allow Sturgis to get second chance points is key number two. And if the Govs are able to do all of those things, both on the offensive and the defensive end of this basketball game tonight, I think they've got a pretty good shot of pulling this one out.
Well, the Pierre Governors and the Sturgis Scoopers here this evening from Riggs High School. And again, a reminder for those that are listening on KCCR, we will have the college football playoff after we get done with this game, as we're just about set for tip-off here in the next 5 minutes or so. We'll have that Oklahoma-Alabama game. We'll join that in progress coming up here after we're done with Pierre basketball here tonight. Coming up next, we've got starting lineups. We've got opening tip-off of the first home game of the boys' regular season right here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health and your time matter to us. Our team takes pride in providing personal, professional care, from filling your prescriptions quickly to answering your questions every step of the way. Need a little extra convenience? We offer free delivery right to your home or office. Because at Shane's Pharmacy, you're our family, friends, and neighbors, and we're honored to care for you. Shane's Pharmacy. Feel better for less and stay well with us. Call 605-223-9200 or stop by in Fort Pierre. Shane's Pharmacy. Proud to support our local high school athletes.
Becky Potsaba and State Farm Insurance are here to help you with your insurance and banking needs. State Farm's not just insurance. It's banking, investments, IRAs, loans, and a whole lot more. We offer guidance in a personal and caring way that helps you manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and find ways to control costs so you can realize your dreams. We know how life is, and we're here for you. Stop in to see Becky at 1315 East Wells Avenue in Pierre, or call Becky at 224-4173.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732.
Hello, friends. This is Pastor Sam at Faith Lutheran Church. We have many blessings to give thanks. A beautiful city on the river, helpful and encouraging friends and neighbors, and of course, our peer athletes. They're the reason for us being here, so let's help them out. I will be praying for our athletes throughout this season. I encourage you to join me in praying for their health and safety as well as their success, both on the field and in the classroom.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
Welcome you back. It is the national anthem that just got finished up. We're ready to go for some basketball here this evening from Riggs High School, as we'll have those starting lineups. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean here this evening. We first start with our starting lineup for the Sturgis Scoopers, as it will be number 0, Gage West, the 6'3 junior forward. Number 2, Jarek Duffner, the 6'1 senior guard. Number 3, Jackson Cato, the 5'11 senior guard. Number 4, Hayden Rock, the 5'11 senior guard, and Greer Simon, the 5'9 senior guard. So it's West, Duffner, Cato, Rock, and Simon, your 5 starters for the Sturgis Scoopers. For the Pierre Governors, they will go with that same starting lineup, but it will be number 1, Logan Whitty, the 5'11 junior guard. Number 3, Corday Austin, the 6'3 senior guard. Number 5, Caden Aharts, the 6'2 junior guard. Number 13, Lincoln Dilges, the 6'4 senior forward. And Cooper Twilliger, the 6'6 junior center. Where's number 23? And he's got the blonde mohawk, or the bleach mohawk, for the Governors. And Blake, this is a team that, obviously in this game has the height advantage, but a lot of years we've talked about the Pierre Governors not having that height advantage. That's not going to be the case for every game. There's going to be teams that are going to be a little bit bigger than what Pierre is, but this has got a good-sized lineup for this Governor team going, especially into this matchup, but going into this year.
Yeah, and that'll be a big positive for the Govs going forward into this year, John. Thing is yes, they've got the size advantage tonight and may have the size advantage most games, but they're really going to have to shoot the ball well from the perimeter as well as finish around the paint, because, if they can get outside shots and hit outside shots consistently, a lot of times that's what kind of separates the good teams from the teams in the middle of the pack in Class 11 or in Class AA. Is if you've got guys that can shoot from outside the perimeter consistently, because the three-point shot is such a huge benefit to teams that can hit it consistently. And I think for Pierre to be able to establish themselves in the top half of Class AA this year, they're going to have to shoot the ball well from 3. So far, some guys have done well at that to start this season. Other guys have kind of struggled out of the first 2 games so far. We'll see if a few of these guys can really put it together here tonight and maybe keep that streak going forward as the season moves along here.
We're ready to go from Riggs High School. Governors from right to left, Sturgis from left to right. It is Jarek Duffner and Corday Austin. We are underway as the opening tip is won by the Sturgis Scoopers, and they will get that first possession as they move it from left to right on your radio dial. As it is moved over to Jackson Cato, back to the top of the key here, as it is going to be Rock that will throw it back to Cato on the left side. We're working that left side of the perimeter right now. Cato will throw it inside. Good touch pass underneath. An easy bucket, as it is the big man for Sturgis, as Gage West opens up with a 2-0 lead. And a quick press here for Sturgis as well after the made basket. Caden Aharts works it into the front court. 2-0 advantage here for Sturgis. First possession of the ball game for the Governors. Logan Whitty, that will be a foul committed by the Sturgis Scoopers and Gage West. And that is the first foul with 7:21 to go here in the first quarter, and that will reset the shot clock to 35.
And Pierre has come out a lot this year, John, in that zone defense, and Sturgis was able to pick it apart right there and get an easy layup for 2 to start the scoring here early in the first quarter.
Aharts working left side for Whitty. Logan Whitty will start to drive to the baseline. He was going the opposite way of the screen of Terwilliger. Then the ball's knocked away from Terwilliger. Goes off of his hands and out of bounds. Gage West all over the floor right now as that one was poked away by Gage West. 23 on the shot clock. Sideline inbound here for Aharts. He'll find Dilgis as he inbounds the ball. Aharts has it again. All 5 guys were above that free throw line extended out. Austin over in the corner. Now Aharts for 3. That one will miss. Weak side rebounds tapped away and then taken down by Greer Simon. Simon into the front court. Sturgis looking to get back-to-back possessions with points. Take a quick 4 or 5-0 advantage. Hayden Rock with it. Man-to-man defense now for the Governors. Go the opposite way of the screen. Rock step backs and pump fakes and then throws it back over. Now a left side shot from long range is missed by Duffner right off the dribble, and the rebound given by the Governors. Aharts on the right side looking inside. We'll throw back out top for Whitty. 6:24 to go here in the first quarter. 2-0 advantage for the Sturgis Scoopers. Aharts works around the screen. Can't handle the basketball. Picks it up. Looking for someone to throw it to, and Lincoln Dilgis will catch in the right wing. Dilgis throws it underneath for Terwilliger. Takes one big step around, then he is fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. And early free throws here for the Governors with 6:09 to go. Second foul by Sturgis, and that is by West, and he will have to come out of the ball game. And Terwilliger to the free throw line, trying to get the Governors' first points of the night.
Yeah, just a big difference in the size advantage between West and Terwilliger on the far block as Cooper misses first one off the back iron. We're going to see number 10 check in for Sturgis, and that's going to be, you probably have a roster in front of you. I don't.
Wyatt Jensen, the 6'4 sophomore forward.
All right, so Jensen's first one off the bench for Sturgis, but just a size advantage difference there as Terwilliger also misses the second free throw. So 0 for 2 for the line from Coop, and Sturgis has the ball up 2-0 with 2 minutes gone here in this first quarter.
Middle of the floor, that pass is deflected, stolen away. It was deflected by Aharts, stolen away by Austin. Quick pass moving up. There's a third foul against Sturgis as Aharts caught the pass underneath. It was a quick little 3-man weave from Aharts, Austin, and Whitty. And the first turnover of the ball game by Sturgis. And the first foul now committed by Jackson Cano, and already 3 fouls here with 5:55 to go in the first quarter. 2 more, and the Governors beating the bonus the rest of the way for the quarter. Here's Austin that will drive in. That shot was left short, and the rebound's grabbed by Simon. Up ahead to Hayden Rock. Back to Simon as he'll drive in. Floats it just inside the free throw line, and Greer Simon makes it a 4-0 advantage here for Sturgis. 5:35 to go. Aharts will split and press between 2 guys. Long range 2 is missed by Dilgis. Might have been deflected, but Terwilliger with the offensive board. The putback was missed, and then we'll get a rebound and a jump ball, and it will stay with the Governors with 5:27 to play here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and you're kind of seeing, the difference in styles between the 2 teams. The Govs are really trying to bang it inside, down low, and Sturgis a little bit more finesse on the shot as they inbounded it quick to Austin, who missed it on the alley-oop just in front of the rim. Sturgis with the rebound.
4-0 advantage here for Sturgis. Step back for Rock. He'll throw it left side, works it into the corner. Pass goes back to Rock, almost off of his hands and on the sideline, but he does keep it in bounds. Rock will drive in. Tough shot in the lane, missed it. It was well off the backboard, and Terwilliger got the rebound. Austin up ahead, lays it up but misses it, and then Austin will commit a foul. No, timeout. It was no foul, but a timeout taken by Coach Noteboom with 5:03 to go here in the first quarter. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Quick 4-0 advantage here, Blake, and obviously Governors is trying to settle into the offense. Just a 2-score game. I mean, it's 2 possessions. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. A lot of time left to go in this ball game, but we'd like to see the Governors get on the board here or at some point here in the next couple minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Couple of missed opportunities on fast break here by Aharts going to the far side on the layup. Terwilliger's had a couple of chances underneath the basket, had a couple of opportunities at the free throw line, missed those. Just a tough shooting night so far here to start for the Governors, and it'd be nice to see if they could take the lid off the bucket here early, because maybe shots will start falling once they do.
At the timeout, Governors with a small press as Greer will keep it in the backcourt. Now Rock will catch in the front court, and the Sturgis Scoopers will have themselves set up offensively. 4:45 to go here in the first quarter. 4-0 lead for Sturgis. Governors are 0 for on the floor right now, and 0 for 2 on the free throw line. Top of the key, works it left side. Rock will throw it underneath. trying to get around three different guys. The soft touch was a little bit too soft, and the rebound's grabbed by Terwilliger. That was Jensen missing that shot. Here's Corday Austin. He'll drive to the baseline. He'll spin. He gets fouled. Will they give him the 2 shots? Go to the free throw line. It was going to be a tough look, but Jensen gets called for the foul. It will be 2 shots coming up for Corday Austin. And it's the 4th foul now by Sturgis. So the Governors getting free throws here. Will have free throws the rest of this first quarter, and we still got 4:25 left to go. First free throw by Austin is good. That's first points in the ball game for the Governors as they trail at 4-1.
Yeah, good to see the lid off the bucket there by Corday. I thought same thing. It was interesting that they gave him the shooting foul because, you know, he did leave his feet like he was going to shoot, but he didn't finish the shooting motion. Regardless, he'll make both free throws, and now it's a 4-2 ball game in favor of the Scoopers, and the Govs will continue this full court press.
As they say, ball don't lie. It is a pass that is tipped by Ahart, stolen away by Terwilliger. Second turnover by the Scoopers. The Governors can tie or take the lead. Here's a 3 from Whitty. That's buried, and the Governors will take the lead 5-4. And Logan Whitty gets the points off turnovers, and it's a 5-4 advantage here for the Governors.
Good to see Logan Whitty getting in early on the action from three-point land. If he's able to get hot, he is really fun to watch.
Another zone defense here for the Governors. Hayden Rock has it on the left side. 2 guys defending him. Now they work it back out top for Simon, who will throw to the skip pass. Jensen, baseline jumper is missed. Weak side rebound by Rock. Took it away from Austin. And Hayden Rock will get his first points in a 6-5 advantage now for the Scoopers.
Hayden Rock's such a heady basketball player, and he may only stand at 5'11", but he has a nose for the ball, and he went in and got it as Dilgis takes the pass from Terwilliger and lays it up and in to make it a 7-6 ball game in favor of the Govs.
A good look there for Lincoln Dilgis to get his first points. The Governors have scored on 3 straight possessions right now, and they have that 1-point advantage. 3:10 to go in the first quarter. Driving in is Rock, pump fakes. Now he'll throw it away as it's bounced away off of Dilgis, and then stolen again by Terwilliger. 3rd turnover by Sturgis. Here's Ahart in the front court for the Governors, leading by 1, under 3 to go in the first. Austin will hand back off for Ahart underneath for Terwilliger, trying to power his way through. It is a jump ball that will go to the Governors. The ball was hit in the hands. Coach Anker was wanting a foul called against Sturgis. Was no travel, but it is a turnover because the jump ball favors the Sturgis Scoopers.
Yeah, that's a nice play there by Wyatt Jensen, the sophomore forward who's in for the starting center in Gage West, going up against Terwilliger, able to force the jump ball, keep things clean. Jared Deal in for the Govs, first guy off the bench.
So Deal, the first, like Blake said, first guy coming off the bench right now, spelling Kane Ahart. Into the corner, Jensen for 3 on the right side. That's missed too strong with it. Rebound comes back to the Scoopers, almost turned away as Deal almost got a steal. 2:20 left to go here in the first quarter. As it's now Rock that will go into the corner, and another timeout will be taken. Second timeout, second 30-second timeout by Coach Noteboom. Still 24 on the shot clock, but that turns into, Blake, that's 2 timeouts early on, and obviously, you know, you're not worried so much about the end of the game, but that does could play a factor late in this ball game if the score remains as close as it is right now.
Absolutely, because, you know, that was and I think what Coach Noteboom was doing there was he was worried that he was going to get a 5-second call from Jared Deal guarding the ball handler over here on the wing, which is why he called the timeout. But to your point, that's the second timeout that he's used with just under 6 minutes played here in this first quarter, and that's huge because they don't have, you know, a whole lot more timeouts coming through the rest of the half.
So inbound coming out of the timeout as is Duffner that will inbound it, and Simon will catch. Still 20 on the shot clock, 2:15 to go here in the first quarter. 1-point lead for the Governors over the Scoopers. Rock will catch, make that Simon on the left side. Now Rock will catch the top of the key. Both Deal and Whitty over on them. 2-3 zone for the Governors. As driving in, kicking it from Simon to Rock in the corner. Pump fakes, now drives baseline. That's a tough shot over a taller defensive player, and Rock's able to hit it, and it's an 8-7 advantage now for Sturgis. And Corday Austin is fouled driving just down the sideline, just past midcourt. That's the 5th foul. So it'll be 2 free throws here for Austin. And the
Kano was the foul call.
Second foul on Jackson Kano as well. And so Austin, who is 2 for 2 from the free throw line, will get back to the free throw line with 1:49 to go. Kay Nahart set to check back in here for the Governors. And again, 8-7 advantage right now for Sturgis over the Governors. Austin's first free throw. That will fall through and ties the game at 8-8. Then we have our next sub as Joseph LaRush Jr. will check in. Aharts is back in for the Governors. So both Kano and West on the bench for the remainder of this quarter. We'll see how long they're on the bench in the second quarter with 2 fouls each. Second one from Austin is good. He's 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. And the Governors have a 9-8 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. LaRush caught it just outside, just before the half-court line. Now it's Rock that will take one step in, kick it to Jensen, back out to Rock. Good pump fake, drives in, back to Jensen in the corner for 3. That's knocked down by Wyatt Jensen. First 3 of the ball game for Sturgis. They now lead at 11-9. 1:20 to go here in quarter number 1. Ahart's back into the front court. He'll pick up his dribble. He'll throw it left side for Whitty. He'll start to drive. Gets all the way to the basket with the right hand. Lays it in. And Logan Whitty's got 5 here in the quarter. It's an 11-11 tie here late in the first. Pass will come near side as Rock is able to catch it in front of Whitty. Rock will drive all the way in. That's a tough shot over Terwilliger. Deal will get the rebound on the missed shot. 55 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And Govs can go 2 for 1 on this possession if they move quickly. Corday Austin over on the right side of the floor. He'll drive to the free throw line. He'll lob it for Terwilliger. Terwilliger will take one step with the right hand, miss the shot, get his own rebound, but then that one was stripped away from him. Coach Aker wants another foul called against Sturgis, so he's not going to get. And now there's 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Rock back into the front court as he starts to drive in. There's your first foul of the ball game by the Governors. Logan Whitty will pick it up, defending Hayden Rock, but again, that's just the first foul against any Governor, but that does expire the shot clock with now 28 seconds left to go in the first.
Yeah, the Govs have done a good job defensively so far of, affecting Sturgis shots, but, not fouling in the process.
That was a lob pass that really was intended for nobody, that all 9 guys on the floor, that wasn't the inbound passer, didn't go for the ball right away.
Here is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
As we welcome you back, we are getting set for the second quarter here on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. It is a 13-11 lead for the Sturgis Scoopers. The Governors go with the first possession. We'll get that scoreboard back up here in just a second. Terwilliger, that one's off the glass and good to make it a 13-13 game with 7:49 to go here in the second quarter. As it will be Gage West's 3rd foul of the first half. And Terwilliger's first points. And it is a 13-13 ball game now with the and 1 coming here for Terwilliger.
Yeah, just a nice job of finishing there by Terwilliger through the contact with West. And to your point, West has now got 3 fouls, so he's probably going to be on the bench the rest of this first half because he's only got 2 more fouls before he's disqualified from the ball game.
So free throw upcoming here for Terwilliger is good. The Governors will retake the lead at 14-13. Terwilliger 1 for 3 for the free throw line. The first 3 points of the night for the big man for the Governors. As this pass will be well over the head of everybody and out of bounds. Greer Simon with the turnover. 4th turnover by Sturgis. Governors had 2 fouls in that first quarter, but had just 1 turnover with the 2 fouls in that first quarter. 14-13 lead here for the Governors, opening up the second quarter. Logan Whitty will drive baseline. He's wide open and up and under to make it a 16-13 lead. Whitty's got 7, and 4 of those 7 points have been pretty easy buckets right underneath the basket.
He's blowing by defenders, to your point, John, and getting to the hoop and finishing at the rim. Huge for the Governors if he's able to continue doing that.
Here is Rock with it for Sturgis, 17 on the shot clock. Rock on the left side picks up his dribble, hands it back off to number 1, Ethan Graff. Simon, left side for Rock. He'll head fake on a pass. Now he'll start to drive in, working around to the right elbow. Floating shot will fall through for Rock. And Hayden Rock now has 8 of the 15 for Sturgis. Still 1-point lead for the Governors. Dilgis underneath for Terwilliger, trying to make a power dribble. He has fouled. Will it be on the floor or not? But Wyatt Jensen's going to pick it up. And they are going to give him 2 shots, so Terwilliger's back to the free throw line.
And both of Sturgis's bigs to this point, Gage West and Wyatt Jensen. Jensen is 6'4", tallest kid on the Sturgis roster, and West is second at 6'3". 5 fouls so far against guarding Cooper Terwilliger, and Coop makes the first free throw there. But the next tallest guy on this Sturgis roster, John, is, you're tied between LaRush Jr. and Jarek Duffner at 6'1", and Cooper's going to have a heyday if he's able to face those guys all night.
Terwilliger does go 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Rock, after the almost turnover by Sturgis, able to head fake, got Terwilliger in the air, and then Rock was able to float it in, ties the game at 17, and Rock now at 10 points. As the student section loves the moves from Corday Austin. Whitty's open for 3. That one just misses front side or short side, and it will be rebounded by Corday Austin. Long rebound for Corday Austin. Dilgis will throw right side for Aharts. Still 25 the shot clock. Aharts will drive, throws it to the rim with contact, missed it, but the rebound came to Dilgis, and Lincoln Dilgis will put it back in, and the Governors are up 19-17. First points for Lincoln Dilgis on the night.
He's got 4, actually. He had 2 as a layup in the first quarter.
Yep, you're right.
Johnny on the spot there by Dilgis, right place, right time, able to put the rebound up and in.
Simon on the right side, another zone here for the Governors. Into the corner, Jensen for another 3. That was an air ball. The rebound's grabbed by Corday Austin. Caden Aharts goes up ahead, left side for Whitty. He'll drive the basket again, another big move. And Coach Aker is calling for a timeout after the made shot from Logan Whitty. Again, Whitty's got 9. It's a full timeout, so we'll take a break. We'll come back. It is a 21-17 lead for the Pierre Governors on the American Family Insurance. Brittany Shuffle by scoreboard. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Larry Fry Heating and Cooling has a new name. Kruger Climate Systems has acquired Larry Fry Heating and Cooling, but it's still the same great service. Your friend Larry Fry is still a manager, and his dedication to providing you with outstanding service remains unwavering. The same quality products and services you have come to expect from Larry Fry Heating and Cooling will continue under the new leadership of Kruger Climate Systems. You can still reach us at 605-224-9548 or email us at ryan@krugercontracting.com. Kruger Climate Systems, your certified Trane and Mitsubishi dealer in Central South Dakota.
Back here at Riggs High School, it is a 21-17 lead on American Family Insurance. Brittany Shuffle by a scoreboard for the Pierre Governors. 5:24 to go here in the first half. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean. As Logan Whitty, 9 points right now. That does not lead all scorers, but it does lead the Pierre Governors. And again, 6 of his 9 points have been very credit Logan Whitty. I'm not going to say that they're just the easiest points in the world. He's making them look easy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not entirely sure who they're putting on him. I'm not sure if it's Simon or Duffner or Kano or who it is, but he is just blowing past his defender and getting to the basket with relative ease.
Rock will hand off underneath for Jensen. That pass will be tipped away by Jared Deal, and it does go out of bounds right in front of Simon, so it'll be a near corner inbound for Sturgis with 24 on the shot clock. 5:10 to go here in the first half. Taking a couple steps back is Rock. He'll call for somewhat of a screen, but he'll go right side anyway. That pass inside, that was Simon that threw it inside, but I don't think anybody was ready for it. Terwilliger gets another steal. It goes to the corner for Austin for 3. Buried by Corday Austin. And it's 24-17.